Hola, mi gente, taking the time out of your day to join us. You're listening to Chisme y Chords, where faith, music, and real conversations connect. I am your host, Mercedes Renee.
And I'm your other host, Almisa Valdez. And today, ladies and gentlemen, welcome Mr. Marcos Viento y Conjunto 37, who is a proud representative of the rich tradition of conjunto music. Marcos has built a reputation for delivering heartfelt performances, authentic sounds, and the kind of music that keeps our culture alive on the dance floor. How are you doing, sir? Thank you for joining us.
Pretty good, pretty good. Muchas gracias. Thank you for inviting me. Que se acuerden de los pobres.
Yeah,
Está bueno.
awesome. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule to join us. We greatly appreciate you taking the time, and we are so elated that you are here. So tell us what is going on in the world of Marcos Viento and Conjunto 37.
Well, this this started up as a little as a dueto. You know what? It all started off just to make videos. We were just gonna BS and everything. And I said, well, um, we met through Facebook, social media. I would see his videos and he would see mine. And I
And
was
who's
like,
he?
hey man, I said that guy has a real old school like vibe, like toca bien
Mhm.
old school, like that old like what my grandpa used to like, that old school
Yeah.
conjunto.
Hmm. Yeah.
Conjunto, yeah.
Well, later he would see my videos and he'd be like, hey, he has that old school vibe, like prendo bajo like my grandpa. So se nos quedó, right? Well, later on we met up at a gig, and after the gig he invited me to go to his house and everything, and he says, hey man, I like the way you jam. He's you mind doing a video with me? I said, yes. You know what? I said, yeah, let's do it, man. I said, I could use it for the TikTok and whatnot and Facebook. You get likes, you get la chingada. So we recorded a video. Oh, we did like two, and man, they would come out quick. And then well, I tell him, I said, hey man, I said, what are you doing next week? I said, do you have anything planned out? He says, no. I said, all right. I said, well, let me try to get us a gig. Well, we just jammed, we just hung out those 2 hours, and that next week, um, I got us a gig with to open for the Garcia brothers in Rivera, Texas. So I called him, I'm
Nice.
like, hey, I said, we got work. He's like, what? And we got work. I said, we're gonna open for the Garcia brothers. No way. I said, yeah. We
Wow.
and then through there, someone recorded us. I got a video, and then the next week they called us to go play in a little town called San Diego. So I hit him up. Hey, we got work. Like again. He's like, damn. He's like, you're good. And something about that San Diego gig that we really
Flourish.
didn't practice much because he's in San Antonio. I'm in Corpus Christi. That's where the name Conjunto 37 comes, because Interstate 37 connects Corpus Christi to San Antonio.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
Mm-hmm.
where the 37 comes from, Conjunto 37. And something about that gig that we just, man, dude, I think we got something. And well, little did I know that that a few days later, he got his mom's blessing. He's all like, Mom, do you think like this is, so my mom wouldn't lie to me, he says. And well, his mom gave him her blessing, like, yeah, son. And then he hits me up. Hey, Marcos, do you think we got? So you know what? I think we. So from then on, we just started recording, and like I said, we started as a dueto. So they would hire just the both of us, and we have our own little sound. It's a real acoustic. It's a real original sound, unplugged, like they call it. There's no
Very
bass.
intimate.
There's no,
Yep.
the bajo's doing all that, the accordion, just like the old school days. It's a style, you know. And we started as a dueto. Well, people just started saying, "Hey, man, well, when y'all gonna integrate the drums and whatnot?" And so we put a crew together. We put a crew together right now, and we're just fixing to release our first single. We recorded with David Escalante out of San Antonio, Texas. It's a project produced by Oscar Garcia from the Garcia brother, according to the Garcia brother. Awesome legend, conjunto legend, Tejano legend, all around musical. Oscar Garcia. I mean, man, my props, mad props to. Uh, he took off. He took this project under his wing as his own, and he let it. I mean, he just took off with it. We were very impressed. We were very humbled, that he decided to take the shot with us and help us, in this musical career that we got going. And we were very humbled. So we're here to say that we have music to release called El Bolsa Vacía. El Bolsa Vacía. In other words, Mr. Empty Pockets. Mr. Empty Pockets.
I
And
love
so
So
we
what?
got that going, and yesterday we had a gig here in Corpus Christi. We helped out a good friend of ours, Vanessa Tamez. She's going through well, her lupus is taken over, and on top of the physical, well, the financial, so they had a benefit for her, and Conjunto 37 had the privilege to jam, and we had that, and we have our little gigs here and there, but right now we're just really waiting to release El Bolsa Vacía, and let's see where that project takes us.
Nice.
We're
exciting.
gonna,
It's exciting.
we're gonna light it the way everybody lit fireworks on Saturday. That's how we're gonna light
That's
this project up.
That's so exciting for you guys. I'm so excited to see where this is going to take you guys. And you guys are doing so amazing as it is. And I'm just so excited for where everything is going to
Godspeed
take you.
too. Yes,
Yeah.
so fast. Where did the title originate from? How, or why is it that title?
El Bolsa Vacía, well, you have to listen to it. El Bolsa Vacía talks about pretty much Mr. Empty Pocket / freeloader. Always looking, that's pretty much. But he may be empty, he may be broke, but he's fun to hang with. So
I
give
love
and
that.
take
Well,
a little bit, but that's pretty much the song is about. Oscar had an idea with this song, and he said, "You know what? I really think that this song would suit y'all, and I want y'all to go ahead and record it." So, we checked it out and everything. We went over, recorded it, and practiced it, and well, it looks like we really put a lot of effort to it, and everything paid off in the studio. We were able to record pretty quick. It was, I mean, when you're ready, you're ready. Anybody
That's
that
right.
knows about studio time. And when I saw how quick we knocked this out, I said, "Oh man, dude, this is something good." Like, so we got a good feeling about this. We got a really, really good feeling about this, and
and when are you going to release it?
we're hoping to release it on Thursday. We're hoping to
Ooh.
release it Thursday.
Well, I just
Do we
so happen to have the song. Are you okay if I play it?
think?
I just so happen to have the song. Are you okay if I play it?
Well, you know what? Let's give everybody a pre-glimpse of what it is then. Now that we have the
Let's see what he's talking about.
we're talking about it. We'll everybody have a little sneak peek.
All right. So here we go.
El Bolsa Vacía.
Mucho cuidado, muchachos vestidos, porque se acerca el bolso pero sí alegría. No money, no honey, baby. Por ahí le dicen el trompo sin cuerda, y cuando pasa hace polvadera, nomás buscando a los que traen moneda para corriarles en la tomadera. El bolsa vacía, no trae dinero, pero sí alegría. Y échenlo pa' afuera, compadre.
So good.
That
So good. I loved
was
it so much. I love
beautiful.
that.
Yes. Whose voice is that? Is that yours, Marcos?
I do the first voice, and Isaac does my segunda.
It's
That's
so
the second.
bold too. I was like, what the heck? It sounds great though. No
It's
money, no
not.
money. I love it.
It sounds really good.
I mean, am I lying? No.
It sounds good. No, you're exactly right. Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds really good. So, I'm going to ask you a question. So, how do you stay spiritually grounded in the music industry?
Well, it's a mixture of a lot of things.
Okay.
But my main one to stay grounded, okay, seeing the smile, I'm going to get a little bit up task so you can see where my answer comes from.
Okay, got it.
I have a little side hustle other than my, well, it's just been this, as a matter of fact, this past weekend was 4 years that I started this. On the weekends, I have a side hustle where I go sing at the restaurants. I go sing at the cantinas on the weekends. It's a little side hustle, cash money. You know what I'm saying? It's just put cash in the, I mean, it was something I always wanted to do. I always tell my dad, and my dad would be like, "No tienes vergüenza? Like, hey, get a real job. What the hell, you know?" Like, I was like, I want to check it out. Like, I want to check it out. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
just to say that I did it, right? Well, I got into that onda of doing it, and I said, hey man, this ain't too bad. Like this is not bad at all. So one of the things that keeps me going is whenever you see people's true emotions, you know, when you see a little kid who's like 1.5 and has no idea what the hell you just sang about, but after you're done, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like little stuff like that. When you make a fan base, when you make a friend base with all people that hey, sing that song. I have this one old man that he likes me for me to play an old Relampago song with him. Every time he sees me, wherever I'm jamming, hey, his name is Primo. He says, hey, Primo, he's cántate la canción, bro. And we have that thing. We must have sang that song about over 40 times together. Every time he sees me, that's just our song. And little stuff like that. Seeing people go out there and dance, seeing people go out there have a good time. Even when people just go and hey, saludcita, like you know you're vibing. When you see people echando gritos, that's the stuff that's like, all right, man, maybe I am in the right direction. Maybe I am in the right path. Like I said, more when you see kids that just have no idea, but they just go off the beat by what they hear and everything, and they give you I'm passing the tip jar sometimes, and there's kids like, "Wow, you got a beautiful guitar, and you sing
Oh.
good." They have no idea what I just sang una canción de liquor and viejas, and hey, you sang, they don't know, but
Yeah.
they go by off the rhythm, what the vibe the
The
music
energy,
gives
right?
out,
Mhm.
uh, when you see the older women, hey dude, it's my dad's birthday, it's my mom's birthday, canta una canción, and I have my certain songs that I sing. When it's a mother and her birthday, I sing. When it's a dad, there's certain ones that and when you see the emotion of like, hey, I didn't know you were gonna sing that song, and you see them weep, you see them, or you see the family. It's like, hey, you're touching you're touching their soul. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
Emotions, feelings, and that's really, how do you put a price on that? You know, o qué te pagaron? Did they pay you? You know what I'm saying? That's something that you do. Hey, 20 minutes when they walk 20 minutes ago when they walked into the restaurant, they were fine. Now you got them crying over a song that you see, stuff like that just makes me feel like, you know what, I'm meant to do this. I was born for this. I was bred for this.
Well, no,
you
it's
know?
your God-given calling. Like I always tell people that when you're called to do something and God has given you your God gift, then you're meant for it. And when you know what your God-given calling is, then that's even more special. So I love that you know that this is what you're meant for, and that
Yes.
you
It's
know that this
the
is the
best
path you're
feeling.
supposed to go on. So
Absolutely.
I love that for you. Yeah, I love that for you.
It's a real beautiful feeling. It's a real beautiful feeling, when, like I said, when people that have no idea, or sometimes, I get other races like the gringos, hey, play on el Rancho Grande, and they get a kick, like, que canción tan fea, but hey, they get a kick out of that,
Yeah,
they have
yeah,
no idea what, but they just know it, Rancho Grande, and
yeah.
so that's what keeps me like, all right, maybe I'll continue, maybe I just, maybe I won't hang up the bajo just yet.
Yeah, please don't, 'cause you're doing great and you have an amazing voice.
Thank you, appreciate it. Had good
Absolutely,
teachers. It was a lot. It took a lot, but I'm getting there. Never give up. Never
Good.
give up.
Yeah.
absolutely not. Absolutely not. So every artist has a big first moment in their life. What was the moment that made you feel like, okay, this is really happening for me?
It's hard to say which particular moment. There was the moment that I knew that I was meant to be on stage. I didn't know doing what.
Okay.
Um, when I first started, I was an accordion player. I was an accordion player, and I just, I mean, I wasn't the best, pero me defendía. You could call me up at any time, and I'll sing you up. I'll sing a song. I'll play a polquita. I could, like at all times. And it took a couple of failures to get, and I think those are the ones that mean more when you fall on your face. Because I can't say that. Oh man, this is a. It's more like when you like, man, dude, I'm not feeling this. I'm not. I would tell my camaradas like, dude, I'm not feeling the accordion no more, dude. Ya como que, nah, what do you mean? Like, nah, I don't want to play the accordion no more. And people would go, hey, dude, can you come play? Nah, I don't want to play the accordion. Well, this is, work. And I don't know, bro. I'm not, I just didn't feel, you know. So when I started playing, I mean, I was already very accustomed with the bajo. I started feeling good with the bajo because I had already been doing it this whole time with the hustle. But now I saw that like they say in Spanish, le sacaba más provecho. I was making more off the bajo. I was getting farther with the bajo.
Mhm.
My whole demeanor changed when I got on the bajo. So I said, nah, this is something, I feel myself here. The bajo you could play, it helped me out on my voice because y'all see my voice is distinct. I can't,
Mhm.
a lot of people like to imitate and play in the key that musicos, and I've always been one. Nah, they play it your style. Play it where you feel good with your voice. You know, there's certain songs to this day, like a lot of people when they say, "Oh, tragos amargos," oh, we're gonna do it, and no, hold on, I don't do it. That's too high for me. Like
Yeah.
Maybe switch up the box or do another tono because it's too. So all that you had to explore. So I guess my failures is what launched me up to put me, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
Um,
Exactly.
I've had a couple of good moments, but let me tell you where I feel that, yeah, how does that guy do it?
Yeah.
um, the last time my dad uh, saw me jam out was in San Antonio at a club called named Mustang Sally, called Mustang Sally's, and we were the opening act, right? We were ready. We were just anxious, and I had a good crew that night. I mean, I just had, I and I just man, we were just ready, like we were. And I got so excited because my dad showed up and like my dad had only seen me like in the little cantinitas, and I wouldn't want to invite my dad at the cantinas. So I would tell him, nah, dad, I don't want those nasty viejas talking to you and all that,
Ah,
making you feel uncomfortable, like like nah, nah, nah. So, but I did tell him, hey, dad, this is a nice one, like like you might want to come to this one. So, sure enough, he came to San Antonio. He came to San Antonio, and man, I mean they just started coming out, just one after the other after the other. Without and I don't want to say without even practice, but the ones that we didn't even tweak out that good, I mean, were the ones that snap, like, damn, I thought you were gonna mess up there, and tates, and so it was just they were just coming out, they were coming out, and on one song, I looked at my dad, and my dad, I sent him a shout out. Un saludo a mi jefe, I came out here. And my dad just gave me this little grin and he like gave me this little nod, like, all right. Like I just felt that's where I got his blessing. When I finished, or no, I'm sorry, when people were dancing, he would turn around and he would look at me and like give me that little nod, like, hey, dude, like, what like, and I could see the smile in my dad's face that I
oh,
said, hey, um, el jefe is like getting a kick out of this, like, and my dad was like, I mean, that's not his onda to go out, but he sure did love live music. And when he saw that night how we jammed out, he just I don't know, he just gave me this little grin. It wasn't a smile like ear to ear, but it was just his little facial. He just like right, so I'm like, orale, I guess I guess if you want, my hippie was old school. My hippie wanted me to get a job done under the sun and swinging the hammer. So I said, man, Dad, I don't want to work in the sun. If I'm gonna work in the sun, I'm gonna get paid, man. Like, hell no, like that's not my thing. And we would always budge. My thing is, I love to cook. I'm an awesome cook, you know. And my dad would see that, like, yeah, but how are you gonna be? Like, we would always bump heads. Like, nah, I said, you want me out there doing that slave labor, not me, Daddy. Like, I mean, if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna get paid for it, Dad. But this is South Texas. Like, hombre, aquí te matas. Like, yeah, right. And we would always like budge. You'd be like, you just want the easy way out. And then when I started doing the music, he would kind of like, let me find out. You just want to do the music to dodge work, I said, nah, Dad. I said, not even. I said, but how badass is it to make money off your talent? Go full time. Like, you never thought of it like that. Like, shit. That it's like they say, like, when you really enjoy what you're doing, it's not work.
That's
So
right.
oh, for sure. Yeah.
That's right.
and so we would always have that. But when I switched over to the bajo, and my dad saw that I was going, I'm not gonna lie, ladies. In about the whole 4 years that I've been doing this, count every week, every weekend. There's 52 weekends, so times 4. Sometimes even Fridays, Thursdays. That's a lot of times, a lot of reps. You know what I'm saying? Like, and out of all those weekends, maybe 3 I missed out, and it was probably because of weather. Very rare because I'm sick. Because the way I look at it, hey, you gotta want this. You gotta.
Yeah.
You gotta pay your way. You gotta pay your dues. You know what
Right.
I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
That's why I'm real proud to get to like this recording. I mean, because it's like, hey man, y'all don't know where we came from. You know, I mean, I come from the extreme bottom. Like, I do shit that nobody else dares to do. People be like, oh man, I don't know how you go into the restaurants. Well, I don't know either, bro. But you know what? Hey, it ain't too bad. You know, I don't know how the hell I did it either. I was real like. I started in San Antonio because I didn't want people to see me here in Corpus. So I would go to like the first month I was going to San Antonio, and I had a little 4-cylinder standard car. So hombre, gas was nothing. So I would
Mhm.
go to San Antonio, started getting my feet wet, and then I started getting ideas from other guys what to sing, how to sing, whatever, whatever. So I brought it to Corpus. So people that see me like, bro, like, how do you do that? I don't know, dude. You gotta want it, you know. I mean,
Sure.
that's how you do it. You gotta want it first of all. You gotta go get it. Trust me, the phone's not gonna sit there and ring. I mean, yeah, when you're like Frontera and Ramon Ayala Intocable, hey, the phone rings by itself. But low levels like us, it's like, what are you gonna do, bro? Where are you gonna put me low? What? You're gonna take the restaurants away from me, like, you know? But that's the come up, you know.
Let's get one thing straight. You are not a low level. Don't ever think of yourself like a low level.
Well, yeah, you're right.
Everybody
Absolutely,
starts
that's a good
somewhere.
positive. But
Always.
it's like I started from the bottom. That's what I'm trying to say. I started from the bottom. You know, made my own audience, made my own. You know, um, like I said, my voice is distinct. A lot
Yeah.
of people can't do segunda with me because well, the way you sing, and I've had
Mhm.
criticism, you know, because of whatever. It's like, no, you know what? That's how I do it. I sing how I feel
Yeah.
the song, you know. If I feel it in this key, I'm gonna do it in this key. You know what I'm
For
saying?
sure.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That's you know, that's where I
That's
am.
why you have different ranges. That's why you have an alto. That's why you have a soprano. That's why you
Right.
have a bass. That's why you have different. You sing in your style and that's it. You're you. Don't change. But again, don't ever consider yourself a low
Yeah,
level.
and
You
but
are amazing.
so seeing where I had came from to get that grin from my old man at that stage at you know where my dad could see that hey the club was full of people and people were dancing. To me, that's where right there where my dad said, okay, you know what, you know, you got it. I think you could take off from here, and
For sure.
that right there meant the world to me. Little bit later, one of my buddies, the drummer, he wasn't real good with my dad at the time, but my dad still went out of his way. He shook his hand. He said, "Hey, man, y'all did good." And he said, "Hey, se aventaron. Like, I thank you por acompañar a Marcos. Like, se aventaron." And he was like, "Wow, I didn't expect that from your dad. I knew that me and your dad were, you know." I said, "Your
Um,
dad came and he shook my hand, and
Right.
and he tells me I'm never gonna forget Marcos. He just hopped in his truck, and just the smile that he had driving off." And I said, man, dude, when you and it's funny, he told me that without knowing that my dad was gonna pass away 4 days later. When he told me that. My dad was already in Mexico. My dad had gone on vacation and he just kind of never came back. You know, he got sick well, you know. And when Jay told me that, it's like, Jay, why didn't you ever tell me that, dude? Like, so I don't know, dude, is I never just thought I'd tell you right now. And I was like, wow, dude, like I
Thank
guess
you.
my dad you know, like all right, so that was a double whammy. Like all
Yeah.
right, I got the good
no.
what Jay says. So and then when a few days later, my dad passes. So you know, little stuff like that is what gives me the motivation to orale, síguele. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah. Gives
Hmm.
you
now that
confirmation.
And
Gives you
yeah.
confirmation.
Right.
now
Yeah.
that he gave me his blessing from afar, like well, now I gotta take it as
Yep.
high as I can. So this is why Conjunto 37 is where we're at. You know, it's taking us a little bit. But we have really high hopes and dreams that this is going to succeed. We have our own style. We have our own way of playing. It's criticized sometimes, but you know what? We could care less. You know, that's how
Right.
we feel our music. That's how we feel
Right.
like jamming it. We're gonna jam how we feel it,
Oh, for
not
sure.
how everybody
Yeah.
else wants to hear it. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody's going to have something to criticize about, whether it's you're supposed to go right and you go left, or whether the sun is not bright enough, or whether the sky's not blue enough. Everybody's always going to have something to criticize about. So again, you just do you and keep continuing being the greatness that you are
My,
because
my
I
brother told me the other day. He's like, man, dude. He's like, you could walk on water, and people are still gonna ask you if you could swim. You
right,
know.
That's
exactly,
right. That's exactly
exactly.
right.
You know,
Yep.
and it's like, yeah, you're right. I mean, you could do whatever, you know. I was like, yeah,
Yep.
So
Somebody's always going to have something to say about something.
there's always right. Yeah.
So, what lessons have you learned from the music industry so far?
Stay away from women. No girlfriends.
Okay.
Girls are
Okay.
the devil. Get away.
Hey
Nah, I'm just
now,
kidding.
hey now. We can say women are messy. We can say women are messy, as are men. But say
Oh,
Not
okay. Men are just as perros. Men are just as perros too. I've seen it on both sides, you know.
yeah, yeah.
Um, what? No. Well, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. Real talk. I really feel like you gotta have a good girl behind you if you're gonna be doing this. You
Right.
gotta, because sweetheart, the girls, the temptations, it's always gonna be there.
oh, for
No
sure.
matter if you're down here or you're in a stage up there. I mean, it's gonna be. So if you're gonna have, I mean, your girl better be 100 with you. Y'all better get something going where, hey, we're gonna go. And you know what? I've been seeing like other conjuntos, and I think it's pretty cool where the women hang out. Like, hey, all the girls are all wearing the t-shirts supporting their vatos and everything. I said, hey, that looks pretty, and then they get their table and people sit with them, and hey, with the musicos. And
Yeah,
I've seen a lot of that compared to back in the day. Back in the day, nah, man, it was old school. Ya se queda la vieja en la casa, no estés jodiendo. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And now I'm starting to see more of that the girl comes, but and mad props to the girls, man.
thick
Takes a lot
skin.
of here. It takes a lot of to do it because
Exactly.
the temptation's there. You're all the women, you know. But I mean, it's always good that you have a good, solid woman behind you. If not, I mean, stay away from them. Keep it away. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. I've seen a lot of good stuff go sour because chasing the girls and the temptations. Another thing is greed. No sean envidiosos. Don't be over here, oh, well, they sound like this. Oh, well, they sound like that. And, hey, everybody has their own,
Good sound.
you know, you see other people, I'm real big. I'm real big. Like, I mean, I know what goes on out there. I just tell the guys, like, look, guys, just don't make an ass out of yourself on stage with me.
Yeah,
This is a couple of beers, orale, and everything, but we're not going to take no breaks. No, I don't. I don't want to see nobody getting off stage. I hold a very, very strict, tight rope on stage.
you
A lot of
should.
people,
You have to.
because I was disciplined old school. Hey, eso no se ve bien. Look, Marcos, look what he's doing. Look, you think that looks good? Oh, okay.
Right.
So now in mind, later when hey, I don't want you doing. I don't want. Seen other people, well, you learn, of experiences and everything. Greed is very bad in the music industry. Oh, okay, you think you're better than, oh, okay, nah, man, you do you and stay in your lane and everything will go smooth, in my opinion,
Yeah.
but yeah.
I agree.
But other than that, I mean, just gotta be careful. You gotta make good decisions. A lot of it is common sense. If you
Yeah.
know that this doing
You
this
would
Not
over
think.
there,
everybody has common sense, though.
I was just going to say, you would think.
you would, yeah, well,
Yeah,
yeah.
not everybody has it. That's
You
true.
would think. You would think. But you know what? You're right. I mean, you have a bunch of people, men and women, who are, what do you say, are groupies and are, that like
Yeah,
to, you know, so it's just, use your common sense and use, just, just use your common sense.
you know.
Yeah, well,
Absolutely, no,
I'm a super godly person, and I'm a Bible thumper, and I just tell people to, you know, put God first and go and do your thing. But I could preach on and preach on, and I'm not, so we'll just leave it at that. So, if you could describe your sound in 3 words, what would those 3 words be, and tell me why those 3 words matter to you,
my sound in 3 words.
and why those 3 words matter to you.
Okay, the first word that I would use towards our music is well, it's a mixture, but I would say first it's cultural.
Good
It's
word.
It's cultural.
Okay.
We play stuff that our grandpas like. If you're asking us to play, no disrespect, but if you're asking us to play something more modern from bands that are on the radio right now, from bands that, or you're asking us to play, okay, una tejana or una no, uh, we can try, but we're gonna do it our style. Ours is culture. We stick to our roots. First of all, we
Nice.
our music is music that our grandfathers, you know, music that's staying behind that people don't hear no more. So the first one would be cultural. Number two, I would say explosive.
Oh, good word.
Explosive. It you heard the accordion playing on the track.
Uh-huh.
That's nothing compared when this dude gets in his zone. Oh man, like it's like I gotta be like, all right, bro. All right, bro. All right, bro. Like sometimes you can't stop him, man. If you take off, like
That's
and
beautiful.
and
That's beautiful.
I like it. I like it because man, he like I said, he I mean he takes off. He takes off. So it's like I gotta, you know, but I love it. And the third one, I would say distinct, distinct. Um, I guarantee you, y'all don't sing what we sing because why
Right.
we're still we're what we're doing is we're getting something old and just wiping the dust off and
And making it new.
making it our style,
Yeah.
how we hear it, how we feel it. We don't copy anybody, we don't imitate anybody. Isaac could play the song 3 times, and each time he'll play it differently.
I
You know,
love that.
he won't. One thing I love about him is like he says, "Hey man, just let me feel it. Let me." And before I don't tell him how to. I give him an idea. Sabes que, bro? That goes like this, whatever. Oh, okay, yeah, that's right. But for the most part, I let him just put his own,
On it. Yeah.
on
Sauce on it.
do it. You take off with it. So that's what makes me happy. That as long as he's in the same song, we're good. But we do have an explosive sound. I will say that.
Nice.
Seeing the sound box is the whole show itself, and
Love
it
that.
makes me proud to say that that's my accordion player, Mr. Isaac Valverde.
I love that. But I'm sure that he says the same thing about you on the Bajo. I'm sure that he's like, you probably go nutso, and that he has to pump the brakes on you when it comes to the Bajo. So I'm pretty sure that vice versa.
It's funny because me and him, we could take off and we don't stop. We don't stop. Like you would think that from playing the Bajo and that man, hearing this guy, and we're on, and we don't stop. And sometimes the musicos that we hire, like, hey, yeah, 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 yeah.
They're like, we're tired.
I'm rapping, goddamn it, and it's like, oh, okay, and then hey, dude, what's up with this guy, bro? Like, este vato, he keeps singing, and then Isaac tells him, nah, bro, he's from Corpus. That's how they do it over there. Like, he's not from over here in San Antonio. In Corpus, they sing, 7, 8 in a row. You know what I'm saying? And then so it's funny to see, like, for real. I thought that was normal with everybody. It's like, nah, dude, only Corpitos does that. Like, San Antonio, hell no, we're lazy, dude. We'll just do 2 or 3. Hey, man, we're gonna talk and we're gonna drink. Shit. We're not gonna work all night. Are you kidding me? We're gonna take as many breaks as we can. Nah, but everybody. But no, he hangs. This guy could definitely. I mean, all I gotta say, otra, man. He goes on his licks and like I said, sometimes it's like, hey, espérate, hold on.
Right? You're like, rein it in, rein it in.
Awesome accordion player. Awesome
I
accordion.
love that. I love it.
That'd be
We
great.
have,
Yes.
yes, we have Mr. Sergio Jimenez, Mr. Latin Prince, saying saludos. He's saying hello. And of course, we have Mr. Hedda Alcantar chiming in, and she says hello. We have Inez Molina. He's watching in, saying hello. So, hello, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. We love each and every one of you. So, yes,
God,
thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
brand new band, brand new music, brand new everything.
Yeah, awesome. So we are going to play a little game of this and that. Miss Almisa will give you the rules, and then we will play.
One answer and one answer. Choices, but you only pick one. And not maybe and it's just one. Just one.
All right. So here we go.
Right.
Accordion. I'm pretty sure I know this answer, but we'll go. Accordion or bajo sexto? Which one hits your soul first?
Accordion.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess I didn't know that answer. George Strait Country or Ramon Ayala Accordion Classic? Which one sets the mood? Uh-huh. See.
Ramon Ayala.
Okay, good.
Ramon
If
Ayala.
you could bring back one legendary Tejano concert for one night only, would it be Selena at the Houston Astrodome or Emilio in his prime?
Corpus Christi, Selena all day.
Okay, got it. If you could only listen to one artist catalog for the next year, who would it be? Would it be Selena, Emilio, Bobby, Jay, Little Joe, or La Mafia? Who are you picking?
Oh, those are all Tejano.
What just
Yeah. She's
Selena.
like, you didn't give me
I
no
was-
conjunto options.
I know, right? I didn't.
But out of all those, Selena.
Okay. Accordion or horn section?
Accordion.
Accordion? Nobody, only a few picked the pitos. I like the pito. Okay. What if you could only choose one dance floor anthem? Would it be from Mas or Signal?
Mas.
Ooh, that's good. Yeah. Texas barbecue plate or classic fideo and homemade tortillas? What's feeding the studio session?
Barbecue all day.
Everybody always picks fideo.
Barbecue. Yes, ma'am.
Everybody always picks fideo.
Barbecue. This is talking to a Texas boy here. No.
I know.
Hey, we're
Even
in Texas,
people,
baby.
even Texas picks fideo. All right. Country steel guitar cry or rock distortion riff? Which sound sneaks into your music more often?
Country.
Okay. Arena concert energy or backyard pachanga vibes? Where do you shine brightest?
Machangas.
Okay.
They're more one-on-one. They're more one-on-one. They're more,
Yeah. Cowboy hat or flat brim Tejano cap? What's the signature look?
Cowboy hat.
Okay. Last but not least, cumbia groove or ranchera power? Which rhythm feels like home? Which one feels more like home?
Las rancheras.
I figured.
Yeah, it's like I knew you'd say that one. Yeah.
You're right. Yeah. Heather says barbecue all the way.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I pick fideo and homemade tortilla, but it's okay. And I'm sure Almisa picks barbecue.
Yeah, I do.
We're different. I do fideo, she does barbecue, and then we'll swap plates, and I'll eat a little barbecue.
She may not agree, but my heart does and my stomach does. So it's all right.
Hey,
Right?
That's the way to your
But
heart.
that comes with age. That comes with age. Let me tell you. Like I really like hot food. I like really hot food. And then sometimes my body's like, no, you don't. Like, no, you don't. But again, that comes with age. So, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm not going to ever get rid of my hot food.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So every artist has a spark. What was the first song, artist, or memory that made you fall in love with conjunto music?
When I was a kid, when see my grandpa was always an accordion player. He like, and his stuff was, well, they were old school. They were professionals, but he knew he had a compadre that would come and play the bajo, and they'd be in the back and drinking and everything and jamming and and my abuela and her sisters, everybody doing chisme inside the house.
Oh, for sure.
So is out there drinking that kind of stuff, and so I was always just intrigued to the accordion. But I'm never gonna forget one time that just like, wow, I think, I must have been about 7 years old. I must have been about 7 years old, and I'm never gonna forget. We were at a flea market, like a swaparama kind of flea market, and inside the flea market there was a bar, on the side, kind of offset a little, but I heard this band going at it, and I said, "Man, I want to go in there." But when I walked in there, well, I saw people drinking beer and smoking cigarettes. I said, "Oh no!" I said, and then everybody kind of looked and turned at me. I was like, "Okay." I walked right back out. I got scared, so I went. Like I said, it was a flea market, so I went around and I sat there, and I remember it. Not that I remember, but I didn't feel that the sun was on me. I mean, I was just like in the zone with this band, and I said, "Wow!" Like just and see the guy on the bajo, the way he was so perfectly combed with the dark glasses, and the guy with the accordion, bien planchadito, like it looks like he had one of my grandpa's outfits on with his Stacy's, and
Oh, nice.
just like so like in the zone, and I remember that the bartender came up to me. She's "Mijo, are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah." She's "You're not hot?" And I was all like, "No, man." It was like the middle of summer, but it's just that I was, intrigued with it. And I said, "No." And she's all like, "Oh, okay." She's "Well, where's your parents?" And I said, "Well, they're over there." And they're so so you like this music? And I was like, "Well, yeah." And she kind of chuckled. She said, "Okay." She kind of, and I just stayed, that whole until my dad came and got me and said, "Hey, vámonos." And then my dad was kind of upset. He's like, "Hey, we were looking for you." And I said, "Dad, I've been there since we got in. Like I was." He's like, "You were there the whole time looking at the band?" I said, "Yeah, looking at people dance and everything." And he's like, "Oh yeah, pues este huerco que tiene," and later I found out that band was Los Dos Gilbertos. It was Los
Oh,
Dos,
wow.
Wow.
and I was all like, um, when I was going through my grandpa,
Totally.
my albums, I said, "Hey," I said, "those are the guys." And my grandpa was all like, I said, "Estaban tocando grandpa over there." I said, "What's their names?" He's "Oh, son los dos Gilbertos." I said, "Grandpa, they were playing." I was all excited, like telling my grandpa, and my grandpa was all like, "Wait a minute, how do you know they were playing over there?" I said, "No, they're kidding." And then he's like, "Yeah." "Well, I missed it. Your abuela wasn't feeling good. I missed it. Whatever." Well, yeah. And he's like, "You know what?" And he put the album on, and it's the same songs they were playing. I was all thrilled. I'm like, "Yeah, grandpa, they
Oh,
song over there and everything." And I was just, and I feel like right there at that moment, that's where like
it
my
shifted.
my shell cracked. Like I knew that I
Right.
wanted to do
You're
that one
calling.
day.
Yeah.
I knew it. I didn't know what. I didn't know. I hadn't even touched an
You're
accordion.
mesmerized by it.
And that was my music. That was like, I didn't realize later that I had got sunburned. I was really bad sunburned, but I didn't feel it because man, the music was just so. And I remember the nice old bartender. She came and she brought me a Coke. So here, people, you're
Oh,
gonna be out there. I was in the burning sun, and the sun was just like Amy, like, but I didn't care because I was just like looking at this band and everybody dancing and everybody echando gritos and all the old schools, they had their way of spinning. I was like, and I just stayed like, wow, and I feel like at that moment with that, that's where I knew, like, man, dude, this is something. That's where I felt where my heart first. This is what I want to do one day, and and from then
Mira.
on, uh, it just stuck with me. It was just something that, yeah, little by little. Before you know it, I was asking my grandpa to borrow his accordion, and before you know it, I was playing my own polkas, and just like that, with time and and patience. With time and patience, and ins and outs and everything. You have to have your failures, but I feel like at that moment, when I was 7 years old, that's where I cracked, and that's where I knew that my soul was meant to be a musical. You know,
Yeah. Music. Wow.
that's beautiful. That's really
Yeah.
beautiful. I love that for you to have known that at such a young age. for it to have like cracked the surface, and then you stuck
The
with it.
motivation.
And
Up
you're
with
Yeah.
like,
it go. It was always in the back of my head, just seeing these people and later, you go on and you see other bands, quince, especially in our culture, you go see quinceañeras and was back then when I was growing up, the parents were the ones that chose the conjunto. Okay, hey, the party out in New York, but the band's ours. It's for the old people that are gonna dance and everybody. That's what I grew up seeing. The weddings where they would bring live bands, they would bring live conjuntos, and
Mhm.
play the accordion, very accordion driven all night and jamming and different styles and like I said, the gritos and the beer and the spinning and I mean, it was just something that was just like, nah, man. The more you see it, the more you want it. The more your body asks, like, hey, man, your mind, your heart, your soul, like, nah, man. And that's what kept me going. Just seeing other bands, seeing other bands, uh, other styles,
yeah,
and that's what kept
Nice.
us,
Yeah.
put us where we're at right now.
I love that. I love that.
It's so
What is something?
motivating.
Yeah, for sure. What is something people don't know about you?
Well, I don't know. But,
Like it could be you're a juggler. It could be like you're the best whistler. It could be something like anything somebody doesn't know about you.
it's funny, but I have a thing for horses.
Oh, you do?
I'm a pretty good horseman.
Oh, nice. Do you
So
have any horses?
no, no.
His
You want
energy.
to know how to make a millionaire broke? Buy him a horse.
Horses. I can
That's right.
They
Too.
are,
understand that.
they're worse than kids because I mean imagine having a 2,000-pound child. Like they eat a lot, they drink a lot. When they get sick, they get sick.
They
Yeah.
When
have a lot of healing in them
when
as
they get
well.
crunk, they get crunk. But it's a lot having a horse. But no, I did my share. I had my share when I was younger, growing up.
Yeah.
We're here in South Texas. You know what I'm saying? I had a couple growing up, but now it's more like if I see my buddies, they have a racetrack out here in Corpus, and if I see them out there, hey, préstame el caballo, cara, let me get on for old time's sake. And that's where I realize,
Um,
hey, did you lower that gut, boy? Like, that horse, dude. Like, what's up?
oh, I love
But
horses too. My friend of mine has a horse, so I'll go out there and play with his horse. He has a horse and a goat. One
yes,
horse, one goat. So yeah, and so I like horses too. My dad used to raise horses, so I was always around horses. So yeah, horses are amazing. I love horses. They're very calming.
Hmm.
Very calming.
absolutely.
Yeah. So how can listeners support your music? Do you have merch? Does Conjunto 37 have merch? And yeah, what final message would you like to leave our listeners and your fans?
Right now, guys, we're just starting off. We are, like I said, this is our first time going solo as we speak. I have
Mhm.
some right now trying to get the digital platform ready for us so we can
Okay.
get on Spotify, Apple Music, whatever.
Perfect.
Hmm.
We're working right now because, like I said, uh, this is our first time doing this. Like I said, I work with other people, but they do their thing. So
Okay.
as first time doing this, we're working with someone else. Like I said, right now they should be they're on it. Trying to get it
Perfect.
digitally. Right now, if you really want to see what we're about, if we're really going to see, you just got to wait till Thursday when we release this project. We're gonna follow me on Facebook under Marcos Viento, Markos Viento, Viento, or on TikTok under the same name, Marcos Viento on TikTok. And I have all the videos, all the clips of our gigs that we've done. I let Isaac take over the Facebook side. He does the Facebook. He puts the videos on the Facebook, and then I do the 37 videos on TikTok. That way we get. He has more luck on Facebook, and I have more luck on TikTok when it comes to views. He's like, bro. He's like, how do you get so many views? He's like, I could barely get 100. I said, I don't know, bro. Like, I already got a couple thousand. And then I looked at his, bro. How did you get 13,000? He's like, I don't know, bro. So I
I
said, okay,
love that.
come
One,
on, just
yeah.
do the. But if you look under or hashtag Conjunto 37, hashtag Conjunto 37, or the social media. Like I said, we have my Facebook under Marco Viento. Isaac Valverde Senior. Right now, that's what we're working on. Right now, I know it's very, limited, but we're working on like I said, for Thursday to have everything squared away, so we can make the release and available on all musical platforms.
Nice.
Awesome. Well, you heard it here, guys. I put all the info in the chat, Marcos Viento, and then hashtag Conjunto 37. So get all you need there. We thank you so, so much for coming on the
Yes.
podcast. You are so amazing. And we know, me and Almisa both know that God has his hands on you guys, and you guys are going to do so
Yeah,
amazing. And just know that your dad is looking down on you, and he is so,
Yeah.
so proud of everything that you're doing, and we are sending so many blessings to you and your family, and our condolences are with you. But just know that your dad has his hands on you, and he's watching
That's
you, and
gonna
he's
be
so proud of you.
well, I appreciate those kind words. Yes, I know that in spirit, you always be here with me. You know,
mhm.
Yes.
now it's my turn to take the reins. And
Yeah.
I made some promises to him. And I'm gonna work really, really hard, and I'm really shooting and hoping that Conjunto 37 will be part of that promise to my dad that, hey man, I'm gonna, you know, get
It
busy.
will.
Yeah.
It
Well,
will.
God,
It will. I
thank
know it
you.
will. God will make it happen.
Well, I
God will make
appreciate
it
I
happen.
like
can't
the
name to you right. Conjunto 37.
podcast. It's pretty cool. Isaac, I don't know. I guess he must have.
We'll have to get him another day.
We'll get him.
Yeah. Well,
I guess his phone wasn't up to par or something, but
It's
I'll
all
get
right.
it.
yeah, we'll definitely have you back. You're welcome back here anytime.
Yes.
Anytime you have
Yes.
new music, anytime you have whatever, reach
After the
out to me or
release,
reach out to Miss Almisa.
Yes.
after the release, we'll get back in it and we'll
Yeah.
take it.
And we'll just,
Yeah, for
yeah.
sure. Thank you so much again for joining us, and we wish you nothing but blessings.
Thanks for
Yeah.
having me. I
Of
appreciate it.
course.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
Bueno.
He's so good. I love him. He's so nice.
That's how I found them because he was jamming out on a video and it was just him on the bajo and the accordion. And it was exactly what it's like, music, it gets drawn to your ears. You just get mesmerized. They perform really good.
I love that. I love that so much.
So motivated him too, right?
Yeah.
He's like,
Okay, guys, thank you so, so much for joining us today. We love each and every one of you. Thank you to Alcantar Music for being our sponsor. We love her so, so much. Thank you for believing in us. If you would like to be a sponsor, reach out to me, reach out to Miss Almisa. If you would like to support our stream, hit up that QR code right there. I do have a GoFundMe on my page and on our Miss Almisa's page. You can read read that story. I'll read that story on my page or on Misa's page. Where Miss Almisa is pointing, that's where you can support our page. Also, come out tomorrow as we do have an amazing guest. She is a Christian artist, and we look forward to um, chatting with her. And then Wednesday, yes, and on Wednesday we have an amazing guest as we do on Thursday. So we love each and every one of you guys, and we will see you tomorrow. Sending many, many blessings your way. Me and Almisa love you so, so much, and we will see you tomorrow.